Time for my favorite show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum, along with Kennedy, Harold Ford Jr., Jesse Waters, and Greg Gutfeld. It is 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five. So President Trump this afternoon ramping up his efforts to counter escalating left-wing violence, hosting independent journalists at the White House for what's been called a roundtable on Antifa, which his administration has labeled as a domestic terror organization. Watch some of this.
It should be clear to all Americans that we have a very serious left-wing terror threat in our country. Radicals associated with the domestic terror group Antifa. The epidemic of left-wing violence and Antifa-inspired terror has been escalating for nearly a decade. At universities, Antifa has organized riotous mobs to attack campus speakers. Andy Ngo has been repeatedly beaten by Antifa thugs for his work. Look much better. It's nice to have you. You feel a little safer here. Only days ago, Nick Sortor was assaulted in Portland by a flag-burning mob for inciting riots. We took the freedom of speech away because that's been through.
So right now, 500 Texas National Guard troops are set up in Illinois, based at an Army Reserve station about an hour southwest of Chicago. This comes amid major resistance from Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. President Trump has expressed his displeasure. He posted on Truth, quote, "Chicago mayor should be in jail for failing to protect ICE officers." Governor Pritzker also. But the governor is firing back.
This is a convicted felon. I mean, think about that, who is threatening to jail me. I got to say, this guy's unhinged. He's insecure. He's a wannabe dictator. And there's one thing I really want to say to Donald Trump. If you come for my people, you come through me. So come and get me.
Don't you love, Kennedy, how he turns to the camera for that last part? If you come for my people, come and get me.
Yeah.
It's like
do it. Put them on. Video. I want the bracelet.
But that's all he's doing. You know, he's cosplaying as a tough guy, and unfortunately, he's lost control of his state. And because of that, and because of leaders like him, that's why so many people, independents and the non-political alike, created the coalition that got Donald Trump elected for the second time, or the third time, as Jesse would say. But all he's doing is really an impression of Donald Trump. You know, he's standing out there preening for the cameras, trying to sound tough because he thinks it's about the posturing and not about the message itself. But while the president may have non-traditional and controversial means going into these cities, deploying the National Guard in order to reestablish safety, there are people like J.B. Pritzker who are trying to use it as a power grab in order to leapfrog, a giant leapfrog to the presidency. The people in places like Washington, D.C. and Portland and Chicago are privately breathing a sigh of relief. Now, interestingly, a lot of law enforcement officers who support the president are not necessarily crazy about the National Guard being deployed. They would love it if the civic leaders, if their bosses, the mayors in these cities, people like Brandon Johnson who have abdicated their responsibility, if they would actually work with law enforcement to make these cities safer instead of just standing up against the president and really standing for some of the rapists, hardened criminals, and Antifa members who are destroying these cities from within.